Welcome back, everyone, for an exciting game 2 here between Derp and Osse. I'm Zeb316. I am your commentator, and I think that we just got rid of Nevdi. He just wasn't pulling his weight in that last commentary, so we brought Eddie in as the co-commentator this time. What's up, Eddie?
Hi, Zeb. Yeah, I'm glad I could take Nevdi's job. I think I am the superior replacement. Nevdi can just watch from the sidelines now.
Yeah. Where he belongs, so.
Enjoy your breakfast, Nevdi.
Well, enough talking about that guy. That's already too much talking about him. Let's talk about these racers, and after that very exciting game 1, we've got another exciting game 2. Game 1 coming down to 15 seconds between these two runners. A lot of little things could have definitely decided that race. But Derp did end up pulling off the victory, so Derp is up 1-0. And we've got game 2 now. So if Derp wins this one, the series is over and Derp advances. If Osse wins, then we've got a game 3 after this.
Yep, runner's getting started right now. And, I remember Derp was talking to us yesterday. Derp was like, man, all those brackets, I don't think anybody has been beating Osse.
Yeah.
But, I mean, understandable. Osse is, kind of considered one of the greatest when it comes to the randomizer scene. So, but I mean, Derp has been putting in the time. I really don't. I still don't know if Osse's actually been playing any of this mode actually at all.
Yeah, I don't know either. Osse, very, very good runner, knows all kinds of really obscure rando tech. Put him in any situation and he'll very likely be able to get out of it. But with this mode, I feel like understanding how to route, how to like order items and whatnot is very important.
Yep.
And that takes quite a while to like figure out. So depending on how much time he's put into it, it really does like matter for this. Even if you're able to like move crazy well, do all kinds of crazy stuff, the routing just matters more in this mode, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we were saying, Osse is one of the greatest rando players ever, but in a way, he's sort of like briefly coming out of retirement to play in this tournament, and so we don't really know if he's still really been practicing this mode whatsoever. Whereas Derp has been putting in the work. Derp's been doing races as much as he can, so he's getting pretty familiar with this mode. So, it's fair to put Osse at the top, but Derp has been putting in the time, so it would not be surprising whatsoever if this comes out as a victory for Derp.
Yeah, for sure. And we do have power bombs and supers now, so we will be able to check meme route, and supers are pretty nice to get this early in case you get spit out somewhere like Red Tower, in case you get spit out at like Business Center. Those kinds of portals, supers are really, really nice to have for.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you always want to check the portal. Oh, Derp did the thing.
Yep, Derp accidentally laid a power bomb.
That's why I never select the power bombs until after I get through that tunnel. Because you shoot the block and it's so easy to accidentally like lay the power bomb while you're on the ground.
It's probably fine.
You can kill a crab. You can kill a crab. I think only you think about that. Oh, Derp thinks about it too. Oh, don't die, Derp. Can that crab hit you from there?
Yeah,
Wait, he's about to nitro the seed. I mean... Okay, they already
the second power bomb honestly doesn't matter that much unless you know the Kegel manips.
Yeah. That's true. They already have supers and stuff, so they don't have to...
Yeah, so you don't want to go left here with one power bomb because then you're on 0 power bombs. And you're just kind of like at the mercy of the seed to like tell you how important is my 0 power bombs. I expect that we'll see both runners go back to the ship. You could decide to go to 230 with this. I don't really like it. You've already got all 3 minors. Could be big if you find a power bomb. Could be okay if you find a super.
Yeah. The power bomb obviously will kind of give you a lot of divergence because suddenly you're incentivized to go to Gauntlet when you're checking the left check. Osse would not be doing that on the 5 power bombs. So obviously that can cause a big turn in this race just like right away. But as of right now, we have both players going up. We'll see if Derp decides to do the 230. Like you said, though, he's kind of looking exactly for a power bomb to get like a big benefit out of that, but it's
I
also
think like a
kind of
super
slow.
could. Like if I knew if I know it's a super, I'm checking it.
That's fair. That's fair.
But it's like, and he is doing it.
I see. This is not.
This is a slow
it takes
miner
time.
check.
It takes time. You have to go through this
Two-door
door, so it's 2-door transition, so it's not quick.
And it is a power bomb.
Oh, it's a power bomb.
So let's see what's at Gauntlet.
You know, like
this is going to be like, so Gauntlet isn't necessarily going to decide this race. Like it's not going to decide, like either Derp losing that time isn't going to decide the race. Like, well, it could. So like Gauntlet could decide this race, like if Speed's there, for example. Oh yeah, Osse has to refill.
Yes.
So if Speed's there, for example, then that's like enormous. If there's nothing there, that's good for Osse. But like in this mode, losing like a minute or gaining a minute to Gauntlet isn't like that big of a deal.
I mean, even charge here would be gigantic because they got the plasma out of bombs.
I mean,
so.
even like the ammo in the back, like even an E-tank could be like really big if they like are on a like tight Lord Warfare loadout later. Or like even if like early hell runs are required.
Exactly.
So there's just like a lot of different, like we won't be able to tell exactly how good this Gauntlet is necessarily.
Yes, and we're getting excited for the Gauntlet, and that's something that we would generally do here, but it's not like the Gauntlet check comes free. You get the minors, you check the major, but it does take a while. So
yeah,
it's not,
it does.
So it's not like, you know, if this is just like a reserve, yes, the reserve could pay dividends down the line. But you know, if they find an early Varia, this is like
if this is a fast go mode seed, then you don't want to be checking this Gauntlet unless it's like Speed.
Yep.
And there, okay, so an E-tank here, depending on what's at high jump, an E-tank here could be really big.
Yes.
I mean, you can get in and out of ice on one if you get good luck on the drops. And you got plasma, so you can farm on the way back out too. If you don't get lucky the first time.
Or what is it?
It is a reserve. Okay. That's still, so if this is not an E-tank and it's not an E-tank at ice, then that could be, but like, but it is an E-tank. Okay, so I mean, oh man,
a reserve is not useless.
It's not.
It's always nice to have one reserve, especially if you have to do hell runs down the line.
I think that's even more important if you have to do like a Ridley. Yeah,
exactly. So it's not worthless. Obviously, like, you know, Derp is going to be behind, but also these miners, we'll have to see what they are.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Supers are big, but
just a power bomb.
A power bomb's good, but super is better.
Yes. But you know, there's a lot of reasons why this power bomb could be very important.
So I think that the fewer power bombs there are like in the rest of the seed, better it is for Derp now. Because Derp's power bomb, like,
of course,
after the third power bomb, there are real diminishing returns. The fourth one's still pretty good. The fifth one's okay, but it's generally those first three, and it's just neat tank at ice. So
yeah. So given what we've seen right now,
Derp could do the hell run where Osse would have more trouble. Cathedral. Depending on these portals. So if these portals are bad, basically, I think that you'd probably rather run across criteria, though, still.
Exactly. Oh, early croc.
There's a croc. Ooh. I'm not I'd probably go to Business Center first here for Derp.
Yeah.
So you don't have the energy right now to get this first croc item is the reason. I think if you could get the first croc item, I like this.
Yeah. There's some things too, like, you know, Business Center definitely give you something that kind of...
You're also out of supers right now? I mean,
oh boy.
Be careful, Derp. You can't back out, is the thing. Okay.
Oh, God. Wait, can't Croc push you all the way back?
Yes, Croc can kill you.
Well, but Croc can push you back and then you can leave, right? Is that possible, or...?
I mean, you can leave, but there's a super block in your way. And you're out of supers.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that would be some way to lose the race. So, okay, it's kind of the same situation for Osse right now too.
No, but Osse's better. Like, Osse will, no matter what, be able to get this item, where Derp, like, can get the item if this
No,
is
what
a
I mean
new
is
tank.
the resources. Is what I'm talking about. Oh god. Okay, he's
Okay.
fine.
I mean, Osse kept his supers, though.
Yeah,
Derp
he
used
did.
all of his supers, so...
Ooh, Derp with the two super green gate
this
glitch.
is what he did last race.
Yep. Okay, he's a god. Oh my gosh. Derp is no problem. Derp's got the strats.
Mm-hmm.
Holding down backing through that, dodging everything.
Yep, that's it. You have to get really high run speed to down back through that. Didn't get the moonfall. Okay, so that's a good E-tank for Derp. That means that he can check this Croc E-tank without much worry at all. Like, I might not even bother saving, honestly.
Did Osse check the major? I actually didn't see if he
No,
ran jumps.
he couldn't. Wasn't on full energy, so.
Okay. Yeah, I do feel like I'd rather have done the business center stuff prior to... I mean...
Yeah, I agree.
I guess once you're in the cross... No, because, okay, given how close and scary it was, I think that's the kind of the tipping point why I would have rather done it, but you could definitely find something in business center that'll kind of speed all this up, whether it's
so like, even just like 2 missile packs in business center makes it way easier.
Exactly. But I mean, even if you find like, you know, like a space jump or like, you know, something like that, or it's just like it would make this a little bit quicker. But
Derp is playing this a little safe. I understand the save though. I think that it is a little scary. Like any mistake over here, and you're probably dead.
Yeah, I mean,
like
Derp did save. Derp did save on before the ice hell run, so I think this is kind of more consistent. I think he takes this pretty conservatively.
Taking a dip in the acid there.
Oh, that's rough.
I mean, yeah, you could still do it without having to go back and farm, but Derp is playing this very safe. Osse really doesn't need to with 4.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's gravity.
Oh, okay.
So now Derp is going to come back, do business center. You know, another kind of reason to wait on this is you just used a bunch of your energy getting that item. If you had done business center first, I think that you would be like, you would do the same routing where you go to grapple first, and then you come back, and like, you wouldn't have to worry about your energy in Bubble Mountain at that point.
Well, I mean, even right now, like, Derp's energy is like a little sketchy for the ice hell run. I mean,
he's gonna have to go to high jump first here.
Exactly, and like it gets awkward if this like wasn't an E-tank. So yeah, there's something to be said about the way that the order that you do things. Like things like this really do matter. Ooh, we got the red tower.
So I think this is almost the place where it matters the most. That Derp isn't conserving energy as well as he could because of the X-ray boost now. Like, there weren't a whole ton of other portals that could have actually punished Derp for, like, losing some energy. Ooh, that's... Oh, see, this is interesting. Holy...
It's like it's like what I do, but just like way more complex. A lot of spin jumping.
Yeah, that was like...
I take damages. I get hit by the waivers at the same times that he does, but it's just like it looked very like a dance.
Yeah, it looked like he was very close to like not getting hit by the waiver and falling to the spikes. That's what I was worried about.
You know how basketball players have like free throw rituals or something like that. It is like unique. His unique comfy movements, I guess.
I mean, those movements didn't feel comfy to me, but that's...
Well, that's why people have their own free throw rituals. I wouldn't do someone else's, right?
I guess.
I don't even play basketball. I don't know why I'm saying that. You do, though.
Yeah, I do.
Anyway, so Osse heading down. Generally, there's going to be more portals here, and there also is in the major here. So
yeah, and the 2 portals less annoying when you've got gravity or high jump. So wave beam. So good beam combo, no charge though. So not that important. Will be nice for some utility. If they find green brain, won't have to. With this low of supers, that's actually kind of something that's good. You don't have to like use a super on Wavegate, but it's not that big of a deal. Oh, and Derp is going.
Derp is, yeah, he's farming
This
up.
is
He's
spicy.
saving. He's going right.
Yeah, I don't like this. You're abandoning the criteria portal too to do this.
Yeah, he never saw that, huh?
Nope.
That's one of those things when you find these like pairs of portals, you really don't want to leave one behind.
Yeah, this is like imagine if that were Kraid. That's just like
Yeah.
horrible.
Okay, so top of West Meridia for Osse through the pipe.
I think that you check this miner here if you're Derp. I would have with gravity there and plasma to kill the.
Derp may not be super practiced in some of these hell runs, you know, given the amount of saves that he takes before a lot of them. So I think maybe he just wants to make sure.
Ooh, and there's Green Bryn. This is exactly kind of the reason that I really don't like this hell run. Like you're doing these full hell runs before like a potential find of Green Bryn, where you can just like get a bunch of items way faster than this, and if you find Varia, then, or even if you find like a bunch of E-tanks before this.
Yes.
Oh, and Osse going this way. Interesting.
Wait. I think he just wants to check the portal because I think he can get right back into. Wait, what's going on here? He can get right back into Green Bryn, right? Yeah, I mean, he can get right back. Okay, so he's checking Mama Turtle, and then he's gonna go back into Green Bryn after this.
Okay, so going through Main Street.
Yes, because it's right there. So
I mean, this is like a hard Mama Turtle to get. You got 4 power bombs. I'd be tempted to try power bomb bounce for that too, but
Okay, so Osse is definitely being a little thorough here, but I think it's pretty understandable given that he's probably looking to go out maybe out like, because realistically like, there's a good chance that the Green Bryn portals, one of them is probably going to connect somewhere in Upper Norfair, which he's probably going to go next. So I guess he just wants to take care of this major.
Yeah, and this brings him back to Bomb Red Tower. Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like really out of the way, but it's not really.
Yeah.
Would you still don't like it too much though?
It's fine. It's fine.
All right, that was the back.
Yep, back of Lord Norfair. Which is a good portal to know about.
Yeah, it's the ideal.
It is kind of feeling like these power bombs could be pretty big. Ooh, and there's Red Tower. So
hold on, do I have this mixed up? Where does the tube head to again?
Okay, so it looks like tube heads to Croc, not to Main Street.
No. Croc is Upper Norfair, the right side of Business Center. Isn't it?
Oh, other Croc. Upper Norfolk.
Upper Norfolk Croc. I see. Okay.
You'll know more supers. This is
so wait. Osse didn't know that any of that then.
Yeah. So never like.
Okay.
I don't
we're completely wrong on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, this is the second game where Osse sees Green Bin and then
and just doesn't
avoids it. So I wonder why that's the case.
I think that maybe his reasoning is he wants to try to find speed first. I'm not sure though. Like, I just don't know.
We're gonna see what this leads to. Top of Red Tower.
Reserve tank at Wave.
Yeah, Derp not really getting paid out here.
Ooh, I think that we see left sandpit here. Yeah, and Osse's just like really delaying that Green Bryn now. Like if Green Bryn's very
yeah, we're gonna have to ask him about that. Because
Green
Bryn is like I feel like we go out of our way to find Green Bryn.
Like, or if Green Bryn's charge, he could have avoided those like checks. The Alpha Powerbomb checks. Like Green Bryn just gives you so much information when you in Spazer. I can't blame him for skipping that missile either, honestly. Derp, yeah, and this is kind of the problem I have with doing the Upper Norfair Hell runs when Derp did. Derp went to speed first, then went to wave, and now has to farm up again. Like, you're just doing a lot of farming when you're coming this early, especially when you're coming through Cathedral.
Yeah. Well, so what does Derp have left here? Is it just the reserve at this point?
Yeah, it's just the reserve.
Okay.
And then the portal.
I was going for the snail clip here.
Yep, going for this. Nice. And a super, so that super is really good, given we haven't found any others.
Osse is the king of SMZ3, and
yeah, and that's
is very important to know there.
Space jump. That's not nothing. Like, especially with this flow of movement.
Yeah.
Power bomb's also really good for Osse there. The lower your movement items are, the better space jump is generally.
Yeah, I especially when traversing like West Meridia, if that ends up happening, it's pretty horrible with like no movement. Even if you have grav, it's just you can't get a lot of grav jumps unless you grav jump. Yeah, it takes so much time.
Skipping that missile, I really don't like skipping that missile.
All right, with the space jump, I suspect Derp is going to end up checking this the chronic boost portal. Man, Derp is always first tries the gate glitches.
Also, Derp just not... Okay, so this is going to be good for Derp. Derp's going to find Green Bryn.
So I assume he's going to go right for... Okay, no. Okay, so he's checking the... I wonder how he's going to approach this.
I think he's just going to go into Green Bryn.
Yeah, he's going to just stay in Red Tower for sure, I think.
Yeah. And
so
I think
he'll abandon the chronic boost.
Oh man, will he just go up Red Tower though, or will he check the portals first? Okay, going to the portals first.
So I wonder if he's
what
going
to think about Spazer. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait. Okay, I was going to say I wonder if Derp would be tempted by any of the West Meridia stuff like Osse was.
Okay. I mean. Yeah,
I think
you have to check this portal here. No matter what. Like,
I can't. I imagine he's just gonna. Yeah, he's thought about it. Okay, he's gonna go back for Spazer.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure he's gonna grab that and head back.
I think he might get X-ray too.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see what he does.
I think that would be good for Derp, honestly, because it gets those two, like the portal that he left already, out of the way, in left criteria, and it gets the middle of Red Tower portal, which are like ones that are pretty easy for him to miss otherwise.
Okay, so we have the middle of Green Bryn.
So if Derp had gone, so that's so after this, I think Osse's going to do that, possibly, if this isn't Varia, and speed of the same spot as last time. Very convenient.
We'll definitely have to ask Osse about the Green Bryn delay if it was strictly because of the thing. And you're right, as Derp is heading over to the X-ray check.
Yeah, I think with space, I think if Derp didn't have space jump, we wouldn't see this.
Yes,
but
he definitely had to think about it. He hesitated a bit in Green Bryn.
I mean, I think that we might see the Spazer still if he didn't have space jump.
Yep.
But I really don't think that we would see this X-ray.
All right.
Oh, yeah, Osse
just nailing the clip every time.
Did it twice in a row, no? Didn't mention it last race, but that's...
Oh, I saw it. I saw it from the sidelines. All right, so got a few more majors to check here in Green Bryn. Derp likely going to be heading back into Green Bryn at this point. Probably.
Oh, and there's screw attack.
Okay.
Is this going?
No. You remember how we were talking about how Derp's going up.
Yep, it needs to check this portal.
Oh, this portal. Yes, okay. This
back down after.
Yeah, so Derp probably going to leave the paraportals at the top. Yes, and heading back into the Green Bryn.
Yep, that's another good super.
Yeah, so we are in the situation that we're talking about. Remember, Derp is, behind, quote unquote, because we had the gauntlet check earlier, but the result of that was the extra power bomb, and we have the extra reserve here. So
I mean, he's also got space jump, which is less important now that speed's been found, but is still an advantage for sure.
Yep. So I mean, if it comes down to having to do like a lower North or Hell run,
Derp. Is Derp going Mama Turtle? Okay, never mind.
Wrong door. Okay. These doors are so close to each other.
Getting pretty close to Wrigley ammo for Osse.
Didn't Osse
and Derp will have the same. So Osse and Derp got different supers as their second supers.
But Osse missed this super, right? And then Derp got
last time.
Derp missed Mission Impossible by accident, I think.
Yeah, just like wasn't thinking about it and forgot to check it. Man, Derp, I really hate skipping missiles here. I really don't like it. I mean, if charge is in a bad spot, you want every missile you can get.
Yep.
Like imagine if this next item's Varia. Are you really gonna like go that far out of your way to try to find charge? Like
like it's understandable, but you really just aren't.
And prepared. It is Varia.
Oh boy. So that's not really good for Derp. Derp's early checks. But you know, if we get into a situation, I think Osse may have passed by a power bomb a second ago. I was gonna say if Osse can't find a third power bomb pack, you know, this could be a situation where that gauntlet check does kind of pay off a little bit later on. But
I mean,
it would be more like break even if anything.
Jump. I think that maybe if like top here is front of War and Warfare, that's like the best case scenario for space jump. What else would be good? Yeah, otherwise I'm not sure like there's that many other places where space jump's really that huge.
I mean, well, they might get into a situation where they have to start traversing. Well, they have speed now. I was going to say West Meridia, so it's
Osse picking up all these missiles. It's just so bad to not pick up missiles. It's just like Osse's going to get into an ammo go mode way faster than Derp because Osse's just picking up these missiles.
Yeah, and Derp already did do the upper Norfair checks as well. Oh, Turian.
Oh, there's Turian. Okay.
Interesting.
So now I think that we see Osse. Okay, so West Meridia is a place where space jump will help Derp, which is the next place that I think Osse's going to go.
It's not really.
It's not as good anymore because of speed, but it's still like
it's something.
Yeah, it's one of the better areas remaining for space jump still.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of crazy how bad West Meridia is if you have gravity. You're like, oh yeah, I can traverse like the water, but man, it sucks when you're going from the bottom up. So what other runners heading next, do you think? Osse hasn't done any of Upper Norfolk yet, but at this point,
could go in there to check.
Only go there for
one portal.
Yeah, and then maybe like the like the reserve. Yeah, exactly, for ammo. That'll be interesting.
I mean, that would be so good for Osse because then he would get the space jump too. Yeah, and the ammo there. Like, which
I think it's probably going to happen.
Oh, I'm not sure about checking this. This might be a little too much for me.
You are just on an ammo hunt at this point. Green Bryn is taken care of.
I mean, if you're, I don't know. It's okay. It's a kind of a slow miner, though, I feel like.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like more than the door transition because you have to like fall down.
Yeah.
And then you need to like go across the room to get to it, even if you're skipping the major.
So I wonder if you just go straight down here. Seems like it. Nope. Going back up.
I really think Osse shouldn't check speed. Like, I think that's... I like checking reserve a lot. Reserve's really good. Yeah, I was checking speed. This signals to me... I don't know. You're already in, like, such good ammo position. You really don't need to commit to charge here. And that's, like, the only thing that you're really missing at this point.
Oh, he skipped the missile.
You want to wait on it to see if this is charged.
That's true. Well, isn't it kind of awkward because he has speed?
Yeah, but it's not awkward. That bad.
Okay.
I think that the lava actually like takes a while to rise. Like it kind of like waits until you're a certain distance.
Okay. I didn't know that's how it worked.
Like it if you wait long enough, I think it rises.
Hmm.
But I think that you're generally pretty good.
I mean, the thing is, like, I guess Osse does have speed as well. So I think one of the things that makes speed even slower is not having speed. So it's a little slow, but also like they did clear out Green Bryn at this point.
I mean, I think that the only thing you're looking for is charge. Like that's the problem. It's like a really slow miner there.
So what other miners are we looking for? We're looking for stuff in East Meridia. The East Meridia miner checks. If they go back to West Meridia, they can check like Main Street and whatnot, and then the stuff in LN they could pick up and wreck ship.
So part of my problem with Osse checking that also is you've got so many miner checks kind of on the way because you have speed. Like you can check Aqueduct, you know where that is.
Yes.
You've
got like Aqueduct.
Oh yeah, you already got that.
Yeah.
You're right.
So I think maybe he's just a little concerned that miners are. He's just trying to pick them up as while he can.
Yeah.
Aqueduct is a pretty significant source of, like, when I think like, oh, I'm gonna pick up 2 miners in Aqueduct for free, but those are gone at this point for him.
So I think that this race likely will come, and yeah, Derp now picking up missiles. Okay. Like Derp was able to rectify his mistake of skipping the missiles because he had to run back through Green Bryn anyway. So it seems like Derp will be picking up every missile he sees now. But Osse is pretty far ahead on ammo. Like more than 2 supers ahead. And is getting to this portal first.
That looks like West Meridia. That is West Meridia. Okay.
I think that you just go to Grapple now. I think you really need to find where the one-ways are.
So at this point, we have outstanding. We have the right of we have the right side of Criteria, and we have 1 entrance to each of the bosses at the moment. Each of the boss zones.
Oh, that's a really good super. But so I think from here on out, the better ammo is, the worse it is for Osse actually. Because Dirt needs the ammo to be good from here where Osse doesn't. Osse is like really close right now. Osse needs 2 more supers. That's it. Derp right now needs like 5. Well, 4 after this. So
I'd be curious to see if they start if they do any more major checks here, like behind bosses and whatnot.
At this point, like, charge isn't even good for Osse anymore. Like, you're looking for ice or high jump, I think, if you're checking.
Yeah, we'll see if he checks Fire Fleas. That might be sort of an indication on how he's going to be approaching the majors at this point. And at this point, there's no bad portals because that's a super.
Yeah, I really like. Now you're so close as Osse, you just like go and you check everything along the way. It sucks not to have a 3rd power bomb pack, but I'm not that worried about only having 10 in the area rando.
Yeah. Does mean that you might have to reset 1 time, but you do get the refill on your stuff. Okay, so Osse is going to check this major. This is interesting. We'll see how Dirk kind of approaches
it's still
this.
actually bombs. Okay. So yeah, Derp coming over here. This is the top of Red Tower.
Why is Derp coming here? Does he want to do East Meridia first?
Find this makes a lot of sense. He wants to. Derp hasn't seen this.
Yeah.
Derp's trying to find Kraid before deciding whether to go to the front.
Oh, Derp doesn't know any of the top of Red Tower, right?
Yep.
Okay, so this makes sense. So what portals is Derp missing? Derp doesn't have. Oh, Derp doesn't
Are we
have
missing
Chronic Boost, right? I don't think Derp knows Chronic Boost.
No, he does. I think he did he check pre-aqueduct? Osse not checking power bomb's a shame. Like, that's one of the faster miners you have left.
Derp check pre-aqueduct.
Okay, yeah, so... Yeah, Derp does know that, then.
So are they all, like, caught up? Like, they know the dead ends and stuff like that? They both obviously know Croc and...
Yeah, they both know
everything's fine. Everything's fine for
Yeah.
them, basically, at this point. Okay.
I think both of them have to... I think
Go
that
out.
Rex... Or, Vornorfer is better here, actually, because I think going out the front of Rex ship... Like, unless exactly Dragon's here, this is pretty bad for Derp, I think. Because you have to go out the back, I think. Because you got like a 1 in 3 shot that's Kraid, and you just can't abandon that.
Yeah, that's... Going out the back sucks if
And,
Dragon's
like,
not dead.
It's also like really good even if it's not Kraid there, because it puts you in whatever boss location that you need to be in anyway.
Yeah.
Like one of the other two.
Yeah,
So.
Like, all the portals at this point are fine.
Yeah, and same for Osse. Like, worst case scenario for Osse is it goes to the back of East Meridia. But... And Osse checking that major.
Osse checking the
It's a
bosses.
little faster than Firefleas, but I think that generally if you're checking one... Well, yeah, he already checked Firefleas, so it makes sense that he's checking that.
I suspect he's just going to be checking, behind Dragon as well at this point.
And his Fantoon. Okay, so no Dragon.
You know what? I just realized that if you find the front of... Do you go out the opposite end of where you came from here? Because if you find Wreck Ship, that actually is kind of bad.
I think you have to.
So Wreck Ship goes to the Gauntlet. Or,
the problem,
meme route.
The problem is, if you don't go out the front, whatever portal you go out next has the possibility to just destroy you. Because imagine that the next portal, like imagine you go out, like you don't go out this.
Yes.
And then you go out the back of East Meridia.
Yes.
That could be the front of Vornorfer.
Yeah.
And doing this just like protects you against that.
Yes, and we have great outstanding, so you can't just leave it.
Yeah,
it's impossible. That's horrible. If you do that.
Have to.
You have to.
Both runners have to do it. Like they're both effectively in the same position here.
Yep.
In that they have to do it.
In which case, I feel like it's much better for Osse.
Yeah,
I really
much better. Like I think that worst case scenario is back of East Meridia for Osse. Like it would be effectively the same then. Like they wouldn't get
exactly.
But otherwise, every other portal, this is better for us. Osse, I think. I guess best case scenario for Derp is back of East Meridia's Kraid and Dragon's there. Because then Osse has to do the same thing, unless he decides to go to the back of East Meridia first. Which, it's possible that Osse... No, it's not possible Osse could know that Dragon was there, because the next place could be Wreck Ship, but Fantoon can't be at Wreck Ship to tell you that. Okay, so this is... Oh, there's Criteria too. Yeah, I forgot about Criteria. So that's still good though. That's still a good portal to find.
Yeah.
And now I think that if this is... If this is Kraid, I think you go down to meme route. Yeah, I think that's good.
To meme route.
Oh, and it is.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so meme route, and then you go through. There's a chain going to Wreck Ship.
Yep. Although, oh man, but like, I think you do it, but it's so bad if you haven't killed Dragon yet. So I think that, but at the same time, it's also so bad if you go the other way because you're betting on which side Dragon's on. Like, is Dragon in Wreck Ship or is Dragon?
That's Dragon, right? Oh no, it's Kraid.
It's Kraid. But
my God.
oh no, now Osse knows though. So this is Kraid, 2 vanilla bosses.
Yes.
2 vanilla bosses means the last 2 have to be flipped.
Okay,
So
let's
now
see if he
Osse
remembers that
knows.
caveat.
Yeah, you have to go to wreck ship here now. Like, it
So-
also spits you out closer to Torian, I think. 6 Springbow. And
You're a known
Derp
Springbow
checking.
Ooh.
Oh man, I do not like this right sweeper check.
It's okay. It's gonna be charge or ice. Don't hate Zeb. It's gonna pay out. Easy money. What was that, Zeb? You don't like that check? Well, guess what? It was ice.
I don't even
Checkmate.
think it saves that much time compared to how much time the check took.
It would be really good for Osse. Osse doesn't have that.
Yeah, it would be better for Osse. That is true. I think that might be the reason that Osse was checking these quick miners too.
Yeah, that's true.
Because ice is better for him than.
So Osse pretty much.
I really don't think that like saved Derp that much time though. Like I think that it probably saved him like 15-20 seconds.
Hey, that would have been the difference in the last game.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what's the route for Derp here? So
he's going to go out the front or at the back of wreck ship, and he's going to go back up to moat, and then you go back across Criteria into Red Bryn Star, down and into Green Bryn, across Green Bryn, and to Torian. Where for Osse, he's going to do wreck ship here. He's going to go into go out the front, and then do East Meridia back to front with Dragon Dead, and then he'll end up at the top of Red Tower and just have to go down Red Tower, to get to Green Bryn.
Green Bryn, yeah.
Yeah.
I always have a hard time judging like exactly where they are in relation to each other as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be interesting to see how far apart they are when they actually get there.
Yeah, I think that Osse is pretty ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like Derp still needs to do Lorne Warfare.
Yeah. Especially the bosses.
Yeah, and ammo
for Osse here too.
Like Derp still needs some ammo. Like it's not a lot of ammo Derp needs.
Yep.
But it's not nothing.
Exactly.
And that like does
when you're already
really
behind,
eat into it.
Yeah, there's a lot of like things we could see where the time losses came from as well. Just Derp doing all those hell runs, and then Osse just.
I do think that this kind of partly illustrates some of the reason I didn't really want Osse to do some of the checks he did though.
Yes.
Because he's already at ammo, like too early, kind of like you want to get to ammo as like, oh, that'll be a good power bomb if Osse checks it. I don't know if he will though.
Yeah.
Derp going out the front. This is so. Derp killed the boss already, right?
At wreck ship? Wait.
At East Meridia. Why is Derp going back through East Meridia? He could go out the back to meme route up to Criteria, the right side, to basically get the last portals he needs.
Huh.
Like, you almost know at this point the right side of Criteria is front of Lorne North or Kraid, unless it connects to itself. If you're Derp. And that's just like so good for you. You like do Kraid, then you go into front of Lorne North and you just do it front to back.
Yeah, I wonder. Is there some sort of portal that he's like not thinking about? This is I'm not really sure I get it either.
I think that he knows that. Like I really don't think. Did Derp not? Derp killed this boss, right? Like I'm not crazy. Yeah, I see like all the pink. Yeah, Derp killed this boss already.
Okay, well, I suspect at this point he's just trying to head to...
I think he's still heading to the right of Criteria. I just think this is slower.
Which one does he have to do? He has LN to do at this point?
He has LN and Kraid, so yeah.
I wonder if he's just...
Oh, did...
I mean, he's heading to LN here, right? I mean, he's going to LN here. I have to imagine.
The derp didn't check.
No,
I'm trying to think if there's a portal that derp didn't check. Like, that's the only thing I can think of that would make him not...
Oh. Is he?
I was thinking...
He's looking for miners? Is that why
but
you come out here?
Why? You have back of Lore Warfare. Like...
So I suspect he's going to the back of LN at this point, because it's like right there. You just go to the right and then you go to the left of West Meridia to the right next portal, and then maybe he's just checking these miners along the way. I
don't think it mattered in this race.
Yeah. I think it mostly just comes down to, I think Derp probably just looked at his tracker and was like, well, I gotta take care of these bosses, and then I think he just saw like the path to Lower Norfair, and I think that's kind of why he's going this way. That's probably what comes down to right now. But yeah, Osse obviously well ahead at this point.
Yeah, for sure. Like, this will route really well for Osse. I think that Osse is... I don't know. Yeah, Osse did get that power bomb too. I didn't notice that, so...
I do feel like this one might be a little bit tricky if you're not using a tracker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can see how maybe Derp got a little bit confused.
Osse's still checking. I don't know what Osse was looking for there, but
yeah, you know what though? The ice that Derp got, it's gonna make up all the time lost, right? Guaranteed.
Yeah. I bet it will.
Deb. Just you watch.
I think this would have been, like, a good amount closer if Derp had just gone out the back and done Kraid. I think it would have been within, like, a couple of minutes. I think as it is now, I think he'll be closer to, like, 5. Maybe that's a little too much, but, like, 4 to 5 minutes now.
Alright, so Osse finishing up that Phantoon. And Derp heading over to the boss of LN.
Yeah, just pick that up. That's the last missile you need as Derp. Or that you, like, that's as comfy as you need to be.
Yeah,
that's 3 supers of leeway. So
yeah, Derp is pretty darn comfy. I mean, he could have stopped like 15 missiles ago, but that would have been pretty tight.
Yeah, like he could have stopped before that last missile. I think that's like reasonable, but I don't think you stop until then, at least. And I like to get to this ammo count the Derp's at now, so.
Yep. Yeah, at this point, I'd probably not pick anything up. I mean, I don't know. If I saw a super pack, I might just pick it up so I don't have to think at all. And I just literally just spam the shot button on the fight.
Yeah.
Without caring if I miss everything. Like, but
in these kinds of races, I just don't think you can do that. Like, I think that you just have to, like, really try to save every second you can.
No grapple enjoyers in this race.
Nope. Osse had the time. Should have picked it up.
Derp gonna make short work of this.
Could have gone to see Shaq Tool again to see.
You know, I wonder if Osse had ice or like grapple there. I wonder if he would have checked it. It would kind of be in line with what he did in game 1. So
yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to ask him about that later.
Yeah.
Nice fight.
I'm curious if that's a play where he made it and he felt like, yes, this is the correct play. Or if that's a play that he made and he felt like afterwards, maybe I shouldn't have done that kind of a thing. So it would have been interesting to see if he had been put in the same kind of position this seed.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Osse heading over to that green bin portal, which, well, once you traverse the whole thing, will take you to the... once you go to the top, we'll take you to Turian, and that will be where Osse finishes this game. Meanwhile, Derp is still hunting for Kraid.
Yep, we'll know where it is after coming out the front of War and Warfare. And we'll be able to go there really quick, but the trek back to Torian isn't terrible for Derp, but it's not great either. It has to go all the way across Criteria to get to the middle of Red Tower, to then go to the bottom of Red Tower to get to Green Bryn to... Oh, was that a reverse slinky without high jump attempt? A partial reverse slinky attempt.
Halfy slinky. I love the webcam capture for Derp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cat.
Many cat-like features.
Oh,
There you go. That's the comfy super pack where you just start spamming shot now without thinking.
Yep, you got 8 supers of leeway now.
I'd grab it too.
I wouldn't even check it, so...
I wouldn't check it either, but but you know, if I saw it, I'm not gonna pick it up. Don't have to worry, you know. Sometimes mother brain will just dance on you forever. Yeah.
Okay, so this will be Power Bomb Metroids for Osse. I wonder if Osse knows the speed baby skip. Do you think there's a chance that we see it?
That's a good question. I feel like there's only 2 people that know that. 3 people that know that. I wouldn't be surprised if Osse knows it, but doesn't know how to
I mean, you have X-ray too. You can get out of the South Lock.
Oh, wait, you're talking about the thing that you do.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that I think nobody knows that except you. But essentially, okay, that's not true. Yeah. But essentially, Zev is talking about how you get grabbed by the baby, and as long as you have a certain amount of E-tanks, so you have enough time, you actually do a short charge while the baby's lashed onto you, and then right when your health gets really low, you blow the spark, and then you skip the whole fatigue animation, right? So then you can just leave
right away.
Yeah,
it saves a good 10 seconds. So.
Yeah, you still have to refill, but you don't have to wait for the whole babies staring at you and making crying noises.
And you don't even need a certain number of E-tanks. You can do it with 3, but it's significantly harder with 3.
Okay. I'd venture to say Osse might be aware of that tech, but there's 0% chance he actually.
I mean, if I were in Osse's position, to be honest, I would have been trying to conserve health during the Metroids to try to do it.
Okay. Well, there's your answer right there, Zeb.
I can't believe it. I'm so disappointed. I've never been more disappointed in my life.
Okay, but see, Osse, I wouldn't be surprised if Osse knows it, but I doubt he's practicing it on the regular. That's not really going to even help you for that Brando, right?
This is the first thing I'm going to ask him about in the interview. Why didn't you do this?
Okay. You got to get the priority straight, you know? Osse, in game 2, why didn't you do this obscure tech that Susraim knows and I know? So this, it would have been really interesting if Derp did take that path we were talking about out the back of Rex ship. I wonder how close this would have been.
I really think it would have been about a minute and a half difference instead of what we see now.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before. A lot of this in you know, these area rando stages or just rando in general, a lot of matches tend to be decided by like one kind of critical mistake, right? So it's kind of like,
I mean, you watched the last race. Like,
yes,
there were a number of different things that could have, like,
exactly.
and like you can call it one critical mistake, and like sometimes there's an obvious like one thing that they did that was legitimately wrong. But one race, yeah, I don't know.
So,
like
I guess what I mean is like, I think this is an instance where the game kind of was decided by a critical mistake, right? Which you'll see a little bit less at this high level because these are both really, really, really strong runners, right?
I still think you see it a lot though. Like this mode
You do
is
see it a
just
lot, yes.
incredibly difficult. Puts you in some situations where you need to make decisions fast.
Yep.
And those decisions are very difficult to make. Oh my gosh, and Osse just not getting the speed Zeb skip. I think if Derp had just like...
You know what have made that better for him? Ice. Well, oh, wait, I didn't realize the ramifications of what Osse had to do right here. Yeah.
So I think if Derp had taken the right route, that would have been enough with this.
Yeah, that very much so might have been the case.
I really think it would have been.
I can't believe.
I mean, it's not going to matter now.
Yeah.
Like, but
I'm surprised that Osse.
I'm
gave up on that. Honestly,
it just seemed like he got the blue once, and it was pretty quick. It seemed like too. But just missed the down press, and then like every other time wasn't really getting blue.
Well, on the flip side,
I mean, it going for it again. Just
I like how he's practicing mid race.
Yeah.
Oh, got a missile snipe there.
Yeah, that's fine. He's got plenty.
Yeah, he's got a lot now.
He can miss, I think, 6 supers and 2 missiles. No, 6 supers and 1 missile, so...
Yeah, so I mean, like you were saying earlier, and like we were kind of... I mean, what I was trying to allude to earlier was I was going to say, like, I feel like the first game, you know, it kind of came down to more micro decisions, sort of, because they both kind of made, like, you know, choices that both kind of cost them 2-3 minutes or so.
Yeah.
The Shack Tool versus the Croc. It's not necessarily like, you know, obviously they could spike something and it works out, but in both cases they lost like kind of similar amounts of time. So then it sort of came down to like more micro things where we're talking about overchecking majors or whatnot. This one is obviously like, you know, a little bit more of like a Derp kind of missed something big, but
yeah,
I mean, given what happened, like, you know, Osse, you know, gave up on the speed sub skip. It's just like, it just goes to show that everything kind of matters. That's why it's one of those things that you have to really kind of trust in the statistics on what's like correct. Skip the things that you have to skip, even if it means that, you know, the one in like 20 times that like, you know, you nail the right item, it doesn't work out for you. You just kind of have to trust in the statistics sometimes. They're floating in the air.
Especially when you've got Gravity, I feel like, too. Because Gravity is the suit that you can finish the game with without Varia most of the time. So, yeah, it's really bad if you miss Varia, but it's not like it's not as bad as if you miss Gravity. So, also Derp refilling missiles.
Being a little
need that ninth super wheeling. 8 wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough.
This is gonna be the comfiest mother brain fight you've ever seen in your life, Sub. All right, so Osse looking like he's going to be taking this game too. Pretty clear cut at this point, which means we have a game 3. It's going to be quite exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I think next on comms is going to be, you're firing me this time too. So
Yep.
I wasn't good enough.
I wasn't satisfied with you either.
Yeah.
I need another.
Yeah, sorry. Is that, you have high standards, but it looks like
I mean, at least
I'm
you're
being
better than
replaced.
Nepti. So.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Maybe we're kind of going down like a little. It was like pre-planned, where if the first commentator wasn't good enough, then we get the second one, and if the second wasn't good enough, we're gonna get the third. So we do have Cutie joining us in game 3, and everyone in the brackets has Cutie beating me, so clearly he is the better player.
I mean, I think that's undeniable. So
I need to be pressed so I can play Cutie. Assuming Cutie wins the next one as well. Gotta show the haters.
I mean, if both you and Cutie lose, and then win your next round in losers, I think you would play too. So.
That's true. All right, if I don't beat breast, Cutie needs to throw. That's how it has to be. All right, Osse not going for blue bomber.
Yep, can't do it without high jump. So.
Well, that's true. They don't have high jump. Actually, I don't think that's true. I think you can do it. I think there is a way to do it.
You
I could
really?
be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure there is.
I really don't think you can get in a fight.
I think there's like a weird frame perfect way to do it that I think Beefy talked about before. I could be making that up, but I'm pretty sure there's like a way to do it. I could be wrong. All right. I have to imagine Osse's not really feeling comfortable given what happened in the first game. So he's probably really. I mean, we're sitting here all comfy. We know, he's got this in the bag, but he's probably super serious right now, trying to make sure he doesn't mess any of this up because it was that close last time.
Yeah, and it looks like this will be about 2.5 minute win for Osse.
All right.
Yep,
GG.
Osse has finished in first place with a racetime.gg time of 1 hour and 35 seconds. GG to Osse.
Man, Zeb, if there's one thing I can say that's pretty awesome about this tournament, we're getting some spicy races really early on, and we're only getting spicy races from here on out. I feel like all these matches, especially with this best of 3, man, the fact that we're seeing 1-1s, here and there, it's this is exciting. I'm really excited. There's so many good matches setting up. Obviously, we need to see the results on how these end up, but we're all these matches now are just getting really, really intense. There's no free wins here.
Yeah, there absolutely are not. Just so many good runners entered this tournament. Like I was saying earlier, I think there are I'm not sure 20 people who could win, but 20 really highly competitive people that I think are near top level kind of people.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the thing with Rando is there tends to be enough of a discrepancy in skill sometimes with certain people where even though there's a luck aspect to it, the good players will very, very consistently win.
Especially in this
level, but the level of play in this tournament is just so high that it gets really scary. It doesn't matter how good you are. Someone's definitely capable of knocking you out because everyone here is just so good. I think like we're saying, a lot of the big things that the reason why the good players tend to win in these is because something devastating will usually happen, but you're really just not going to see that as much at this point. Obviously, happens all the time.
Yeah.
But it just happens really often if you're kind of more inexperienced. More often than not, I would say. But
yeah,
it's just going to show. I mean, this game is within 3 minutes apart, right? And that's with what we think is kind of a significant mistake. So it's it's crazy how good and close these games actually are. And I don't know about you, but I'm really excited to watch game 3.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to get Cutie in here for comms. But we do have Derp finishing just about now with an official race time of 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 23 seconds.
Yep, 3 minutes apart. GG to Derp.
Yep, GG.
And definitely good luck to both of these runners in game 3.
Yep. And with that, we will be taking another short break. Probably be back in a little over 10 minutes, the next one. So stay tuned for that, for the exciting conclusion of this match. We will see you guys in a little bit.